purpose of this press conference is as matter of urgency that the Fulani Herdsmen want to strike in the next 2 weeks to attack the southwest.
Orúkọ tèmi ni Tèmítọ́pẹ́ Zénílé Abídí Tìjání aka Tizat. Èmi ni alákòóso nǹkan tá a bá fẹ́ ṣe nínú ìgbìmọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ Yorùbá lápapọ̀. Ẹ ṣé.
Okay. Orúkọ mi ni arákùnrin Abíọ́dún Adéròmú, akọ̀wé ẹgbẹ́ Afenifere National Youth Council.
Orúkọ mi ni Ọmọọba Eniola Ojajuni, olórí ọ̀dọ́ Afenifere National Youth Council nípìnlẹ̀ Yorùbá.
Orúkọ tèmi ni Ọ̀mọ̀wé Tọ́lání Agboola Azan, ó sì jẹ́ ọmọ bàbá kan náà. Èmi ni ààrẹ fún ẹgbẹ́ Yorùbá Youth Association àti ààrẹ káfàtà fún gbogbo àwọn adarí gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ Yorùbá ní ilẹ̀ Káàárọ̀ Oòjíire tó ń jẹ́ President General Coalition of Yoruba Youth Leaders ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà.
Orúkọ tèmi ni Akeem Adeleke, èmi ni akọ̀wé ẹgbẹ́ fún Coalition of Yoruba Youth Leaders.
Orúkọ tèmi ni Ọláìtàn Ibrahim, ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Yorùbá Youth.
Gentlemen of the press, like I said, Ọmọọba Eniola Ojajuni is my name. We occur on the 17th of February 2025 on my way to Abuja on a business trip because my flight was rescheduled by aero contractor. On our way to Abuja, we get to a town called Akoko, share a boundary between Okogi and Ondo State. We were being ambushed by the Fulani Herdsmen, about 10 of them dressed in the military uniform. The funny part of this attack was the Fulani Herdsmen attacked us just about 2 minutes to the military checkpoint and Amatekun security network in Ondo State. In the course of this ambush, 9 of us was kidnapped, and among 9 of us, I sustained 2 bullet injury in my bumper, and which one has successfully been removed, and I still have one in my body now, which we are still hoping by God's grace next week or over we're going to remove it. The purpose of this press conference is to address, as a matter of urgency, to address a very critical security challenge that is facing the Southwest, particularly the Ondo State government. I hereby call on His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, to convene a very serious Southwest Governor security meeting and youth involvement in order for us to tackle the security challenging the Southwest. And also, I'm calling on the Governor from Ondo State, Honorable Lucky Aiyedatiwa, to His Excellency. He can call after I was being released, about 6 to 5 incidents have happened in Ondo State, and more are still coming. And to further strengthen the security architecture of Southwest, the Southwest security needs to be taken consciously as matter of urgency, because the Fulani Herdsmen, they are here to attack, particularly Ondo State, based on political promises that these people failed during the general election. In the course of this, my experience in the hands of kidnapper, I faced a very serious torturing. Every day I was subjected to 8-hour torturing every day. And for 12 days, there's no water, no food, despite the fact that I sustained bullet injury. But I bless God, bless family, friends, coalitions of Yoruba youth, many Nigerians who stood up and come to support me when I was being kidnapped by this Fulani Herdsmen. The purpose of this press conference is as matter of urgency that the Fulani Herdsmen want to strike in the next 2 weeks to attack the Southwest. I hereby call on Lagos State Governor, His Excellency Babajide Sanwo-Olu, to convene a very security council meeting that will involve the Southwest youth. Particularly, I don't want to share some certain things that these people told me, because of the national security. But I'm going to share something that is very important to the Southwest governor. In Ondo State, I was taken to 7 camps out of 27 camps that this Fulani Herdsmen have. And in Ekiti State, they have 16 camps. In Ogun State, they have seven camps. And in Osun State, in Osun State, they have 7 camps. In Ogun State, they have 5 camps. And these people promise to attack. Serious, massive attack. Serious, massive attack. So, any governor of Southwest who believe that the priority of every sons and daughters of you is very important to him, he must take this security precaution very important for us to address this once and for all. You may think it's happened to Ojajuni today. It may be the next tomorrow. Chief Falayiwe narrated the experience he has with the kidnapper. I was told it's a joke, but I experienced it. I don't pray for my enemy to experience such a challenge. So, the Southwest governor, the board is your court if you want life and property to be safe. In fact, these people confessed to me that they were the one that kidnapped a full G&G bus along Shagam Expressway around January. And to G&G motor transport, there are vital information I need to give you, which we don't need to dispose on the national TV. Southwest is under security threat, particularly Ondo State. Prince Eniola Ojajuni was kidnapped in my state, Ondo State, on the 17th of February. It was a tough experience. Thank you.
For the purpose of clarification and emphasis, I have to say this. My name is Comrade Prince Dr. Fulani Herdsmen, the President General Coalition of Yoruba Youth Leaders. And let me say this, that the Coalition of Yoruba Youth Leaders is the apex body and the mouthpiece of the entire Yoruba youth throughout Nigeria, even in diaspora. And Afenifere is one of the associations under the coalition. The coalition is the umbrella body and the mouthpiece of the entire groups in Yoruba land. So we have more than 200 groups under this coalition. So in Southwest today, this is the #1 group that can speak on behalf of the entire Yoruba youth. So the federal government should be aware of this, particularly as the federal government is planning the National Youth Conference. The coalition must, as a matter of urgency, be involved in that National Youth Conference, which is very, very important. And that's why all this information we are passing out today, we cannot say everything here, but we must be involved in that National Youth Conference. And the Yoruba Youth Summit will also come up in April in Ibadan to address some of these issues. Now, on the issue raised by Comrade Ojajuni, very vital information has been passed, and more vital information has been reserved for security purposes. I also want to urge the national government, the National Assembly, the state houses of assemblies throughout Nigeria, as well as our security agencies to also buckle up in the area of security, because security is everybody's business. We know that in Nigeria, we don't have state police. The governors are handicapped to some extent. The federal government should also review the issue of state policing and should also do more in terms of recruiting and equipping our police force, and also equipping the Amotekun force. In Lagos State, we don't have Amotekun. We don't know why we don't have it in Lagos State. Security must be enforced everywhere, particularly in Southwest. As Southwest youth leaders, we are more concerned about the protection of lives and properties of all youth and women, particularly in Southwest. And we know that our governors have sworn to uphold the Constitution. The #1 paragraph in the Constitution, which they have sworn to uphold, is to ensure the protection of lives and properties of the citizens. This must be done by all the governors in the Southwest. So we are charging all our leaders, particularly in Southwest, and we thank God that our father, who is the president of the country, is also from Southwest. So please and please, we are appealing to the federal government of Nigeria, as well as all the governors from the Southwest, all the senators from Southwest, all the members of the House of Representatives from Southwest, all the speakers of the State House of Assembly from Southwest, all the assembly members, So please buckle up. We want to have a national security meeting in the Southwest to address all these issues, to protect the lives and properties of our people. We don't want to have this ugly incident again in the Southwest. And that is why we are saying this is an end to every form of kidnapping in the Southwest. The entire youth are saying we don't want this again in Southwest, and we are saying a stop must come to every era of kidnapping and child abuse and every form of human kidnapping, every form of ritual killing in Southwest Nigeria. We don't want that in Southwest. We want peace in Southwest. So we want to address some of these issues, and we are saying again, for purpose of emphasis, the National Youth Confab that the federal government is organizing, the coalition of Yoruba youth leaders, which I represent as the President General, must be represented. We must be there at the National Confab to address all these issues. So the Minister of Youth for the federal government, we know, is a responsive and a very good gentleman, a round peg in a round hole. We appreciate the effort of the Minister for Youth of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We appreciate the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for giving us a very good minister. But we want to actually pass a note of caution here that the committee that has been set up to address the issue of the National Youth Confab must involve the coalition of Yoruba youth leaders, which I represent as the President General. And the coalition of Yoruba youth leaders is the apex body for all groups and organizations in Southwest Nigeria. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
Okay, having said all this, what is very paramount, and just like the president of the coalition of Yoruba leaders emphasized, what any political person or any political office holders want to do is protection of life and property, and that is sacrosanct. We cannot overemphasize it. Security does not respect your position. It happens to everybody the way it wants to happen. In as much as we understand that security is everybody's business, we must also understand that the responsibility of securing life and property, or perhaps lives and property, is much more on our political leaders. We've entrusted our life, our commonwealth to their hands, and it becomes necessary for them to create a future where the dreams of generations will come that same future, or when the life of those people have been taken off them, or when the property that will make them have a meaningful life have been taken away. It's quite pathetic, the things I've seen and the report I've gotten from Ondo State, from Akure North to other camps, and to the kidnapping even on it's really disheartening. Just like the appeal we had today, we want to employ the Southwest governor. Let's look into this critically, and let's understand that this is a home for every one of us, and we can't allow our home to be destroyed. It's a clarion call, not just for the Southwest, also for the president, for us to understand that Nigeria must be safe if we must attract investors, and of course, if we must have other people to come here do business, and for the commonwealth and common prosperity of our nation. I want to believe this call will get to necessary quarters, and the necessary actions will be taken, and I'm sure moving forward is going to be a better news, not just for Southwest alone, but together as a nation.
Kilarigbo TV, ìkànnì amúlùdún àkọ́kọ́ tó ń gbé àṣà àti ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ Yorùbá lárugẹ.